Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better Show with your hosts Lee Silber and Ellen Goodwin.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better Show. I'm your host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host, Lee Silber, who is in absentia today. He'll be back with us next week. But I want to talk to you about something that came up the other day on a conference call with a mastermind group I belong to. The people were talking about feeling like they weren't making progress, that they just were kind of in the doldrums and they weren't making any sort of, like I said, progress. So one of the guys had talked to his running coach about his thoughts, that he was in the doldrums. He wasn't, things were just not happening. And his coach told him, if you want to run faster, run faster. Deep, huh? So what he's saying is if you want to run faster, you really have to be doing the things you're going to be running faster. Think about it. You're not going to go from running a 10-minute mile to a 9-minute mile immediately. It's not one of those things where you go, oh, yeah, I should run faster. Let me do that. You're going to have to build up to it. So what you might do is every 2 minutes, you throw in 30 minutes of running just a little bit faster. And over time, that 30 seconds becomes a minute, becomes 2, becomes your running speed, and you are running faster. But you have to build up to it, but you have to just do little things that are going to push you forward. So what does running have to do with anything with your life, right? With productivity. It has everything, actually everything to do with productivity. Now, I'm not a runner. The only time you're going to catch me running is if I'm being chased by zombies, but that's it. Well, maybe just being chased, but I'm not a runner. But this advice works. If you're feeling stuck and you're not getting as much done as you feel like you need to, then you need to figure out how to figuratively run faster. All right, so what does this mean? So it means if you have a list of things that you just aren't getting done, but you want to you want to start getting them done, then start doing them. Okay, I hear you. That's the problem. That's the problem. I can't get them done. So, just like running, it's not going to happen magically overnight. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's true. It's going to take some time to build some momentum. Just like if you're trying to run faster, it's going to take some time to get that momentum going. So, you've got this list of things that you're just not getting done. Maybe they're not interesting. Maybe you're not interested. Maybe you just got too many other things to do. Okay. Take this list, pick out 5 things that you know you need to get done, and write them on a Post-it note. Number 1, it's less overwhelming to look at a Post-it note, right? Just a little 3x3, you've got 5 things written down. That's going to feel a little better right there. Now, you're going to set a time frame for this. Maybe it's 20 minutes, maybe it's an hour. Figure out your time frame. Then set some sort of timer or tell a friend how much time you need or post it on Facebook or some social media and say, hey, I'm going to do these 5 tasks in this sort of time frame and I'm going to check back and let you know that I got them done. That's a great way to get started. So you set your timer, you start going and you do those 5 things. And hopefully you get them all done within the time limit. But if you don't, still keep going, get those 5 things done. Then you go back and do what you were doing or weren't doing. All right, that is your little sprint. That is you ramping up your running just for a short period of time. And then you go back to where you were. Now, why does this work? Well, number 1, you've gotten 5 things done. You've crossed 5 things off your list. You're building a little momentum. You may finish those 5 and be so jazzed that you want to go on to 5 more. You may have found out that those tasks didn't even take as much time as you thought. They're off your list. You've got momentum. Now you're going to be excited to do that same thing tomorrow, or you might want to do it right now. But if you can add this in every day, you are adding in the equivalent of speeding up when you run. You are running when you're running. You're running faster. You're getting more things done. So each day, add to it. Just add another little sprint. You're going to add momentum. You're going to start feeling like you're getting things done. You're going to see that, wow, I'm running faster. I'm not stuck in a rut. I'm getting things crossed off your list. Now, I do this. When I get done podcasting and I go back to my office, I have sitting on my keyboard right now an orange Post-it note with 5 things I need to get done. And at the top of the Post-it note, it says first hour. Those are the 5 things I am immediately going to do when I sit down. That means I have no choice. I'm not going to sit there and look at my list, my big list, and decide, okay, I could do this, but that's not very fun. Or I could do this, but that, oh, no, I don't really. No, I have a 5-item list that I am taking care of in the first hour when I sit down. I have my items, I have my time limit. Actually, I have a second Post-it note that tells me what I'm supposed to do the second hour. Having those ideas right there for me to know what I'm going to do means I don't get stuck. It means I knock some things out first thing in the day and I keep my momentum going. Now, a rose doesn't grow overnight, and you don't start running faster overnight, and you don't knock everything off your list overnight. You just build up to it. If you're consistent, if you start running faster, quote unquote, you're going to build your momentum. You're going to get to be more productive. You're going to get out of any sort of doldrums. So you got to run faster to run faster. Put those 5 items on a note, do them, build your momentum. Thanks for listening. We'll be back again next week with another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.